My name is Simon Teller, and I'm on my philanthropy journey. Finally, I'd decided the area that I wanted to work in. The question now was, what was I actually going to do? And how was I going to turn it into reality?
Simon, during your period of consultation, you've hinted that there was one source of inspiration.
Yes, from the very first moment, both Sophie and I had realised that we wanted to focus on the cause and not the symptoms. The question was how? You know, I'd been looking at a whole array of research, and then I realised that there was one simple cause, and it was right there in front of me. You know, over half of child deaths in the developing world are caused by dirty drinking water, and that's actually millions of children dying every year for something that you and I take for granted.
How did you go about delivering your vision, clean water, to those people?
Well, I mean, clearly that was something we needed to do. And here, finally, I actually had something I felt quite confident with, because it was a simple problem and we just needed a technical solution to provide the answers. And that's something I've been doing all my working life. It was time to find out who was already doing great work in this area, and to satisfy myself whether this was a worthy cause where I could actually make a real impact. It's different for everyone, but I wanted to invest in something that had depth and breadth and could deliver real change. So I decided to use my business brain and take a very analytical approach to finding worthy organisations or charities already involved in the sector. I devised a screening process that would enable me to come up with a shortlist of preferable charities and organisations that fitted with my brief. This included things like credibility, strength of management team, effectiveness, efficiency, and also their financial integrity. I really got down to work in a business-like way and performed due diligence on every proposal that I received. But looking through annual reports, financial statements and audits could only get me so far. I needed to get out there and meet people and find out for myself what they were actually doing. There was some amazing work being done out there and some really clever solutions. We looked at several different options, and some of the stuff we were looking at was at prototype stage and wouldn't be ready to go to field trials for probably a couple of years. But other projects looked as though they were ready to go now. And obviously, I wanted to make sure that my investment would have the biggest impact. So to try and guarantee the best outcome, I decided to back several charities with appropriate funding to their needs. And I also drew up financial funding agreements with them, with agreed timescales and milestones in place.
It must have been incredibly difficult juggling home, work and this project at the same time.
Yeah, but it wasn't all hard work. You know, I was enjoying myself too, and it wasn't just me. The project had become something the whole family was interested in.
How were you able to gauge whether what you were doing was going to be a success or not?
Well, there was obviously a very steep learning curve for me, every step of the way. And the real work started once we awarded a grant. And then I learned that measuring success or failure was going to be the hardest part of my philanthropy journey.